What if I told you that you can raise your credit score simply just by paying your bills? In this video, I'll be sharing with you a company that help you do just that. What's up, winners? My name is Nam. If you're new here, welcome. Here we talk all things personal finance and credit. Starting out by subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. So today's core focus will be discussing a company that I just came across called StellarFi. I will go over everything that you need to know about this company, how it can help you with your credit, costs, and how this company compared to other ones that are similar to the market so you can figure out which one is the best for you. So first off, what is StellarFi? So in a nutshell, they are a company that helps you build credit with every bill that you pay. They also report these on-time payments to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. If you guys are not aware, these are the three big credit bureaus that most lenders tend to pay close attention to. So it is very important to whatever service that you are signing up for, whether it is a credit builder or a secure credit card, that they report to all three major credit bureaus. With StellarFi, there is no credit check, no interest, nor is there a deposit that is required for you to become a member. They also help improve factors that make up 80% of your score. This includes your credit age, credit use, also known as credit utilization, and your on-time payments. So how this company actually works is by taking your existing bills to build credit. This can be things like utilities, streaming services, rent, and other bills that are paid on a recurring basis. Now, let's talk about how does this actually work. First, you would link your bank account that you normally use to pay your bills. You would then swap your current payment information with a StellarFi bill pay card number. Whenever the due date comes for each bill, StellarFi will see if your bank account balance is sufficient enough to cover the amount of the linked bill. If it is, then StellarFi would pay your bill. But at the same time, they would debit your linked bank account for the amount of the bill. So in a nutshell, they'll pay for the bill once it becomes due and double check if you have that money in your bank account, and then they will get that money back from you. So let me give you an example so you can better understand how this works. Let's just say that you have a Netflix subscription that costs $20 a month. So rather than me paying for that subscription with my credit card or bank account, I will use a virtual card number that was given to me by StellarFi. If I had at least $20 in my bank account, StellarFi would then pay that bill on my behalf, and then I would pay back StellarFi. This little transaction is what helps you build credit. So one thing that I have to clarify is that they will not report retroactive payments. StellarFi will only report ongoing payments once you become a member. So far, it sounds pretty legit, but now let's talk about how you can actually join and become a member. You gotta be at least 18 years or older and be a US resident with a valid social security number. In addition, you have to have a valid bank account. So if you don't have one, they will actually recommend you to set one up with Chime. This is what happened to me. But either way, there are plenty of online checking accounts and banks that you can join absolutely for free. You also have to have a valid email address, and you have to pass their identity verification process. This is pretty standard amongst most companies. They just want to be able to identify that you are a real person. And now the biggest question on your mind is probably like, how much is this all gonna cost me? Currently at the making of this video, there are two plans. There is a light plan and a prime plan. With the light plan, it costs $4.99 per month, and with the prime plan, it costs $9.99 per month. So how these are different besides the price is that there are additional features. With the light plan, it will report that you have a $500 bill limit. For the prime plan, it's gonna be up to $25,000. One thing that you gotta make note of is that if you become a light member, a $500 limit will always be reported to the credit bureaus. Meanwhile, for prime members, it will be dependent on how many bills that you are paying through StellarFi. So the more bills that you have added on to your account, the higher that line will report. Also with the prime plan, you get everything in the light plan, plus you get credit building rewards, and you also get one-on-one credit counseling. Soon, this feature will be available to all its members. Currently, they offer the prime plan for free for 30 days, so you can give it a try risk-free. With either plan, they do give you some free tools that allow you to get a better picture of your credit and how you can actually become better with your credit. They give you a debt analysis, which calculates your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio. This is an important number that most lenders refer to when underwriting. Another neat tool that I see more and more companies integrating to their platform is a score simulator. Essentially, this is kind of like a what if situation to see how much it would affect your credit. For instance, if you were to get a new loan, open up a new credit card, or close a credit card, it can give you an estimation of how your credit score will be with these new changes. Of course, this is never a guarantee, it is just an estimate. This tool just essentially allows you to think about your choices a little bit more wisely before opening up that new credit card or getting into more debt. You also get access to your credit score factors. This essentially breaks down everything that affects your credit and seeing how much a particular factor factor impacts your score. And lastly, if you do become a Prime member, you get access to credit counseling. A counselor will review your credit report, talk to you about debt management, and they can prepare you if you are getting ready to purchase a home. I believe this is a pretty cool feature. I really don't see that many companies out there that offer this, so this is definitely a nice touch. Now, this would not be a proper review without comparing Stellify to some other companies that do something kind of similar. So the first one will be Experian Boost. So this one is actually coming from Experian, which is one of the 3 major credit bureaus. So you can see an instant effect on your credit score right away. So how Experian Boost works is by linking your bank account and credit card records, and then they find qualifying bills that can be reported. This can be utilities, phone, streaming, and rent payments. The great thing about Experian Boost is that it is 100% free, but the biggest downside is that it only affects your Experian credit score. So this will not affect your TransUnion or Equifax credit scores, but honestly, this is something that I would still recommend everybody do because there's really no downside, plus it only reports positive information. Now, the second company that I will be talking about will be Grow Credit. I must say that this company is probably the closest thing to Stellify because you can build your credit by paying for subscriptions. The way Grow Credit works is by paying your subscriptions through a Grow Credit virtual MasterCard. You would then pay Grow Credit back, and then they report this info to the credit bureaus. They have 4 different plans. It starts at free all the way up to $9.99 a month or $100 a year. Now, the key differences between plans is how much your monthly spend and your annual limit is. The annual limit is what's reported to the bureaus. It can be as low as $204 all the way up to $1,800. So when compared to Stellify, it starts at $500 and it ranges all the way up to $25,000. The one thing that I do like about Grow Credit is that there is a free option, but the monthly spending limit is very low, which is like around $17. So it can be a Spotify or a basic Netflix subscription that can be reported. But you do get access to your FICO score. They really don't say this on the website, but you only get access to the Equifax 8 FICO score, so it's not all of them. So on the other hand, with Stellify, you want to get access to Vantage scores rather than a FICO score. So when it's all said and done, I believe that Stellify is a pretty good product for what it is. There are not that many other companies in the fintech space that allows you to build credit just by simply paying your bills. With starting limits of $500 that range all the way up to $25,000, I think is a pretty great start, especially for those who don't have high limits across other credit products. I'm pretty sure that the fee is not going to make everybody happy, but for $5 to $10 a month, this is just the price of a coffee or two, and it can actually help you on the right path. I would say Stellify is best for people who are starting to build credit or looking to add more diversity to the credit profile. It is especially helpful for those who are credit invisible. For those with established credit profiles, adding new lines of credit will bring your average age of accounts down, which can lower your score. If you guys want to give it a try, I do have a link down in the description. If you guys want to hang out with me some more, come check out these videos over here.